Hey, Brooke. Yay. You can hear me okay? Okay, perfect. I can't hear you. I'm going to figure out what's going on here. Doo-doo-doo. Here we go. Oh, because you're muted there, I think. I see you muted. Let's see. See if I can. There we go. I can hear Audria. How's it going, Audria?
Ugh.
There we go. There we go.
Been one of those days.
That's why it's Thirsty Thursday. Woo!
Oh, trust me, after I get all my parties put in for my next round of virtuals, that is my plan until I pass out tonight.
We got Caitlin there as well. Hello, Caitlin. Nice to see you.
Hey.
Let's see a video. Let's see you. You're like, no.
I'm trying to fix it.
There we go. And we got Ashley. Woohoo, Ashley. So glad you're on. That's so awesome. The nice thing about these Zoom calls, they say that if you are able to see everybody, you will find that you're able to remember everything better when you actually are able to see their participants. So wait another 2 minutes here. And we only have, there's about 4 of us on. I think there's going to be quite a few of us. So I'm supposed to. Get them on here. Yay! Shannon, thanks for joining us.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Good, you?
Good, thanks. All right.
Is it just the two of us?
No.
No.
Oh. No. Sorry.
How are the kids doing?
Oh, they're good. They're
Good.
busy.
Yes. Were you saying you ready for the long weekend?
Yeah, we're going away.
Oh, nice. Where are you guys going?
My aunt and uncle have a cabin in Invermere, so we're going to hang out with them.
I love Invermere.
Me too. It's so great.
Yeah. Damon's never been, and I've got like my whole dad's side of the family is there, so I get to go hang out with them this weekend.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to wait 1 more minute, and then we're going to get started. All right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of that Girl Wash Your Face, but incredible, incredible book. Have you heard about that book, Shannon? Hey,
No.
Ashley. Yay. Got the video on. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
I
is
know
it
everyone's
called? Wash your face?
Girl Wash Your Face. I was kind of like, this is kind of trendy. Like everybody's posting about this, but I started reading it and I'm like, oh, some really good parts to it. So it's pretty awesome. All right, so this is being recorded, so I'm going to get started here so people can look back on the recording if they wish. So I'd like to introduce Brooke. So Brooke started with Pampered Chef on May 30th, 2016. She's one of our top sellers in our organization. She has sold $132,227 in her 2 years of business, which is absolutely insane. I didn't sell anywhere close to that in my first 2 years of business by a mile. So I am super proud to introduce her because she's also a Hawaii Achiever. She also just earned Excellence Awards, and she's on track for Jamaica as well. She's a director with 14 career recruits, and she is absolutely rocking her Pampered Chef biz, like blowing my mind. She sells on average each month from 7,000 to 8,000. She's just about to be an elite seller, and her bookings are incredible. So I wanted to ask her a few questions. So for your virtual business, how many parties is your goal each month? So do you go into each month with a goal number of parties and a goal number of sales that you're looking to achieve?
I don't actually have a goal number of sales most months. I have a goal number of parties, and that is 16.
Wow. Okay, I'm like taking notes here. 16 goals for parties, okay?
Now, that changes on free-for-all months. So a third of the year, my goal is over $7,000.
Right. So you're always going for that over. And then as a go forward, you know, you're really getting close to that elite seller level, and $7,000 each month is elite seller, where you make 2% more. And that would be an awesome goal. Once you start getting to that goal where you hit it every month, then all of a sudden it's like you're doing, you know, $10,000 every month. So
Right.
$7,000 every month, that's an awesome goal. And it's funny with live cooking shows, we have this saying, you know, 8 will be great. 8 shows a month, you'll earn all the trips. With virtuals, it just goes to show, you know, you do have to add more virtual parties because there are more flops. Am I right, Brooke?
Yes.
Yes. So even though Brooke's had an incredible run with virtual parties, that doesn't mean that she doesn't get flops. I know that I still get $0 virtual parties. Brooke, do you get $0 virtual parties very often?
Yep.
Yeah, you still do, hey?
1 to 4 a month. Like, it just depends. I think it depends on the month partly, but it also depends on that group of hosts that month.
Right. Are you wearing your Excellence Awards necklace?
I'm not.
Oh, okay, looks like it. Yay, it's super pretty. When you first get a virtual party, what do you put in your host packages? So for anybody new on the call, a host package is something that we send to our hosts, where we want to send them some catalogs, order forms. We'll see what Brooke puts in hers, but it's a great way for them to collect orders outside of the virtual party ahead of time. So what do you include in your host packet?
So I don't know how this works, but I'm going to try and share a picture.
Oh, great. Oh,
Can we see that?
Yes, that's great.
So this is an older picture, and if you guys can look at it with me, it's not exact anymore. I do still do the 2 catalogs, but I've stopped sending order forms. And then I send a printout of the guest special for the month and a host special printout for the month. A recruiting brochure, that's the coral square brochure. That letter that you see underneath the wooden spoon, the bamboo spoon. And I do send every host a bamboo spoon, and I send a little sticky note that's handwritten that just says, "Hey, I can't wait for your party." And it says, "I've enclosed specials, a gift from me, and catalogs. Make sure to share those wherever you go." So you want to make sure that even though it's a virtual party, that hosts are still working catalogs and talking about it at work and getting outside orders, because people are not friends on Facebook with everybody.
Very true. And the only thing that how do you feel about the spoons? Like, you feel like sending a spoon makes people a little bit less likely to cancel on you because you've invested in them sending this object to them, correct?
I do think it shows them a level of investment, and they in turn put a level of investment into the party.
Right. And how much would you say your host packages are on average?
How much?
For postage? Just for postage?
4 and some change for postage.
Oh, you can get that away with that spoon for that?
Yes, that's actually why I do the spoon, is because they come 3 to a pack and I get them free or half price as host rewards, and then they're flat enough to act as an envelope at the post office.
Ah, okay.
I've tried herb strippers and other random things in my inventory, and they're too thick.
Okay, so the bamboo spoon works. That's awesome. So yeah, that's a great thing too. If you're a new consultant and you're intimidated by sending a bamboo spoon, you know, we always say if you're looking for parties for a month, you're trying to hit a goal, you're trying to get to your 1,500, or you're trying to get to the, you know, 850 this month to get the incentive, you could always do a mystery host party or different ideas of hosting your own party. And then that way you could get a shopping spree yourself and you could buy bamboo spoons and do it that way. So very smart. So when you do your virtual parties, you do groups. And how often do you post?
I post in the first 5 days. So the very first day I will have, let me back up. The 5 days before the party, I will have the host invite people. I set up the group, send in a message to the host, and have them invite people.
And how many people do you suggest that she invites? Like, what do you say when she's inviting?
I suggest 70 to 100, but I don't tell them that until day 2. Day one, I say, message people before you invite them to let them know about the party.
Oh.
And then day two, I say, I really suggest 70 to 100 people to maximize our fun and get people interacting. I don't want to intimidate people off the bat because I feel like if they see those numbers, they won't message people. So at least the host will message 30 or 40 people the first day.
Yep.
And if the second 30 don't get messaged, all right, but at least it's not intimidating from the start.
And do you give them a script for the message people before you invite them to the party?
I do. I don't know if everybody uses it. I doubt it, actually, but I do give them an example.
And do you remember what it is?
I don't.
You don't have to look, or yeah, you could look one up, that'd be sweet.
Well, I just started some parties yesterday, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Sweet.
So for 5 days, I post about five posts a day. And then when the party actually starts for 7 days, I post anywhere from 18 to 22 a day.
Wow. And in those 5 days leading up to the party, is it Pampered Chef related or is it like food and fun related?
Some of both.
Okay.
So like the summer products right now are one of my pre-party things, just to get people excited. But I also have, goofy memes and I have a funny picture of a woman making a face like this that says, if you don't know what's going on, you can message me to order.
Nice. And then...
Okay, so my message wording is, hey, Kelly, I'm having a Pampered Chef party and I'm so excited. I really want the spiralizer and the whipped cream maker. Just wait until you see them. My consultant, Brooke, makes the parties really fun and she gives cooking tips, recipes, and plays games with prizes. It's casual, so you can just check in whenever you want. I'll be adding you to the group today and I hope you come hang out with me.
Oh, love that. I'm going to get you to, maybe if we could steal that verbiage for the team page, that'd be amazing.
Sure.
So good. I think that's good because every time that I've ordered from a virtual party, whenever I get a message beforehand, I seem to kind of tune into the party a little bit more.
Me too.
And you schedule your posts via CintShare, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. So for anybody new, or CintShare is a program that allows you to automate your posts. So once you set it up once, it's kind of time consuming for the first one, but then after that, once, when you're doing 8 parties at a time, you kind of just hit run essentially. But I know you do a lot more. You go live in your parties as well? No way. Good for you.
I do swap out a couple things for every party. So I swap out games because very often you'll have, kind of a run of the same people who went to the same parties. So I will swap out games and I'll swap out memes every once in a while. And then I have just a small section of my party, like 3 posts that have to do with a holiday or something. So Mother's Day. I'll put a funny meme about Mother's Day and a couple posts about Mother's Day. Overall, the party's the same, but I swap out 10 to 12 posts for every party, and that takes 10 minutes. Like, it's not, once everything's loaded in CintShare, like you said, it doesn't take long.
Right. Everything going. Let me see here. So what is one of the first tasks that you ask your host to do? Well, obviously the message first, then invite the people. Then do you get them to post in those first 5 days?
I do. I didn't know you would be so detailed. Hang on.
Sorry. I'm like, tell me what you do. You sell so much. Tell me everything.
Hey, is there going to be time afterwards to ask questions?
Yes, totally. I'm almost through my little, and then yeah, there'll be time after.
Will there be questions left?
You're a wizard.
I don't know if there will be any questions left for you to ask, Shannon.
Yes, they are. There already is, Brooke.
The second day I asked them to send a selfie with a sign saying, come to my Pampered Chef party, and I have a goofball one that I show them.
And then you get the host to do that as well?
Yes.
You start the post for that then?
Sorry?
Does she like start the post for that then? So that's an example.
No, she sends that to people, like actual text or
Oh, whoa, really?
yes.
Okay. She said she takes a picture of herself and sends it to her friends.
Yes.
Okay.
Here, I'll show you the cheese ball picture of me.
Yes.
This is what I show people as an example. And I show it to them to show them that it doesn't have to be any like
Yeah, you don't have to
fancy
put on makeup.
stylized selfie or anything.
Okay.
Literally me in my pajamas with a crayon sign.
That's awesome. This is one of our top sellers in our organization, people. Super smart. So you get her to do that and then like text it to people.
Yes.
See, these are the things you're doing differently that is making you successful. This is incredible. Like I've never heard. Did you come up with that, or did you hear about people doing that?
That particular task, I think I saw on, what are those two women that do the Facebook
Tag
party
team.
training?
Tag team.
Yes.
So one of the things that Brooke does that really makes her successful in booking parties from parties and getting people to interact and buy are her games. So you say you do about 1 game a day at least. Is that right?
Yes, definitely.
And you like duck, duck, goose games you said is most successful for groups. So like mix and chop, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, to get lots of comments because those are the posts that then get shown in people's news feeds.
Okay. Love that. All right, the big question.
I don't do a ton of those though, or they get kind of redundant.
Yeah, because the one thing I wanted to ask about, you do deal or no deal, which kind of intimidates me because I do that sometimes and I find it super time consuming. So do you have like a streamlined way to do it? Or is it just a time consuming thing that you invest in because you get a lot of bookings from it?
What do you find time consuming?
Just when people are like, because for deal or no deal, you put up the suitcases and people just pick a number, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to like message each person with that number.
Yes.
So do you have like a Microsoft Word document or something that what each number means?
I have a file. I have an entire virtual party file on the computer with game stuff. So I have a deal or no deal file with all my cases.
Okay, so you just can automatically just write to them and say that's what the answer is for the deal or no deal. Yeah. And you do that every party for sure.
Yes.
And do you tend to get a lot of, do you guys know the premise behind deal or no deal?
I was just going to ask, what is the deal or no deal game?
Yes. Brooke, you're good at it.
So Deal or No Deal is a TV show game where there are 25 cases with different amounts of money and your goal is $1 million. So you get, I don't know, $200,000 on your first try and you say deal or you say no deal and open another case with the possibility of getting less money or more money. And for us, that's not what we're giving away. So for me, I give away $10 off of a $100 order. I give away toaster tongs and citrus peelers and Season's Best cookbooks. And then I give away things with a booking. So you've won a Measure All cup when you book a party.
So I pick number, Susan, you've picked number 10. You get a Measure All cup if you book a party, deal or no deal. And then they have to say, if they say, okay, deal, I'll book a party. Or if they say no deal, then do you let them pick another number?
Yes, they get two repicks if they don't want the first case.
All right, number 10. Okay, you get a free citrus press with your order. And they say deal, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. But you do get a lot of bookings from that.
That's a fancy gift, though.
A citrus press?
Yeah, I would not do that.
Oh, sorry, citrus peeler.
Oh, right. That I would do.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I get a ton of bookings just from Deal or No Deal, but I think it's sort of a multi-pronged approach. So I have Deal or No Deal, and then I've got a booking sequel where the host gets a gift, which I can show you in a second.
Yep.
And then I have a Google form at the end of the party. And I would say
this is key. We have to, okay, you take over from here. We want to hear how you're getting. So the last party that Brooke had, she got 7 bookings and a recruit to the recruit, she gave away a few bookings and she's having to refuse dates. That's how many bookings she's getting. So
I personally refuse to do more than 8 parties at once. So that's why I had to refuse dates.
Yeah.
you see my booking sequel. So basically one of the posts in the party, I think it's day 5 of the actual party post. So I have 7 days of party posting. And day 5, because I feel like that's sort of where people are not losing interest, but are still kind of know what the party looks like at that point.
Right.
So over here, can you guys see my cursor? I don't know what you can see.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Over here, it says when 3 people book a party, the host gets a gift. And what this kind of does is gets the host working for some of these bookings. So my host task for the next day after this is posted, my hope is that some people will see this and say, I want to book a party. Sometimes they don't. So the next day, the host task is, the very first host task is to tag 6 people in that post and ask them to book a party.
Do you ever get any like what's it called? People resisting that?
Once a long time ago, most of the time people just don't do it if they don't want to. Like they don't
Right.
have a fit about it. They just ignore me.
And then
parties don't go well anyway, so I don't push it.
okay, so you just leave it then if they don't post it.
Yes, I do ask them to do this twice. Like all hosts will get this task twice. And then the 3rd day, so this is day 5, day 6, I ask the host to tag. Day 7, I'll remind them to tag. And day 8, I will, which is the day after the party, I say message 4 people and ask them to book a party.
Wow.
So once the host has tagged, I post a picture of a gift from the host wish list. I'm really big on wish lists. I always want my host to have a wish list so I can dangle prizes. So I pick a gift from the wish list and then post it under her tags so that the guests know what she's getting when they book.
Wow.
And I almost always get 3 bookings out of this.
Do you have an example of what that post looks like? So you're just like,
it's the same post that you see, so this grilling post.
yep.
And then under the comments, I asked the host to tag. So hopefully she's tagged 6 people and said, you should have a party. It's a lot of fun. And then under that, I literally take a picture from Pampered Chef's website of a measure, mix, and pour. Let's say that's on her wish list.
Just something that small, hey?
Yeah, and it's usually a 15 to 20 bucks.
Okay.
And I say, come on, guys, help Leah get the measure, mix, and pour. That's it.
Wow.
And then at the very end of the party, so I have 3 reminder days at the end of the party. And on the first reminder day and second reminder day, I post this door prize drawing. I have recently started giving a prize just like I draw just out of the people who have done the survey. And I've recently started giving a $5 certificate to add something to their order or for a future order. Sometimes if it's a huge party, I will give an actual prize. But most of the time, I just give a $5 gift certificate. So I will post in Team Sale how to make a Google form.
That'd be
But
great.
here's an example of what it looks like. So name, email, phone number.
Look how amazing this is, you guys.
But it's super easy to make. So easy. And it takes 2 minutes for them to fill out, and I draw a prize just for that.
Yeah, go through this slow. This is amazing.
So is this the only prize you give out during the party? As in, like, in my parties, I give out a grand prize. Is this kind of like your grand prize? Like, this is what you do instead of, like, counting up points all week or tickets?
No, I give 3 different prizes.
Okay.
So I give a grand prize for raffle tickets, and I get raffle tickets are like raffle ticket for every dollar you spend, 50 raffle tickets if you book a party, 100 if you join my team, and random raffle tickets throughout the party, 10 for a game, 2 for commenting on, post a GIF or something like that. So I do draw a grand prize at the end of the party. And then I also I have a post that is the ticket game, essentially. It's called Ask Me Anything About My Business. And it says something along the lines of, the person who asks me the most questions about my business wins a prize. So I don't give out raffle tickets because I feel like that's a really important game. I give out a prize for it. Sometimes it's just the season's best, but it is a separate prize.
So how much on average do you think that you spend on prizes and like host gifts and stuff during your party?
The more the party makes, the more I spend. I try to keep my spend at 3 to 5% of the sales.
Okay, thank
So
you.
if it's a $200 to $300 party, there are going to be lots of season bests and citrus peelers kind of thing. I don't really do that as much with the booking gift for the host. I do keep that at $15 to $20 because I feel like those future bookings are worth whatever they're worth. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what party that's going to be.
Totally.
But this Google form, I draw separately. So that's my third prize. And it literally doubles my bookings. I don't know why. It's like people don't want to come out and say that they want to have a booking in the middle of the party, but they are willing to check it off in a survey. And when I message them, they're all ready.
My first response was, when I saw this Google form, was like, I'm scared to get like negative feedback, like too many posts. It was too, like I hated you. And Brooke says she's had very little negative feedback about her shows, even though she posts a ton during the actual party.
I get a few here and there, but I would say, in a run of parties, I'm getting 20 to 30 people filling this out, and I get 2 people that say there were too many posts, which is what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not going to take every piece of feedback personally. I want to know 28 people out of 30 people had a great time at the party. If 2 people didn't, I'm not going to change the whole party for that small percentage of people.
Totally. Wow. My mind is blown right now. One quick more question, then I'll turn it over to questions.
Okay.
So obviously you have a lot of good bookings rolling, and you're not having to like cold ask for a lot of for a lot of bookings. But do you have like a script that you ask people for bookings for? Like, say you're trying to beef up your calendar for free for all. Do you have like a specific script you use? Do you go through your contact list?
I usually participate in booking blitzes, and like use the wording in the booking blitz, but I don't have any specific script that has worked over and over.
Okay, perfect. What's your next goal in your business, Brooke?
To promote a director.
Oh, yay! Awesome. Good goal. Think you got some coming up. Holy Hannah.
I know.
Yay. All right, I will turn it over to questions. Miss Shannon, did that answer any, or do you have questions?
No, I had questions. I guess so you're running your party for 7 days and you have 5-day pre-party?
Yes.
So it's 12 days total in your group.
No, and then 3 reminder days after post party.
Okay. So you're running it for 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because Brooke is a sneak attack. At the beginning of the part of the month, you're like, oh, Brooke doesn't have anything to submit, and then boom, 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 $7,000. So do you find that you have a rhythm where you start your parties on the first kind of thing? Is that kind of your flow?
I start them I do them every 2 weeks.
Okay, so 1st and 14th kind of thing?
No, literally like by the calendar every 2 weeks, however it falls. Some months there are 3 rounds of parties, like if there are 5 weeks.
Right. Wow.
Do you ever have them overlapping, or is it just 2 weeks and then 2 weeks and then 2 weeks of 8 parties each?
That is the goal, that 2 weeks and then 2 weeks. Every once in a while, like right now I have a party hanging out at $120 and the host said, can I have 5 more days? So I'm not doing anything, but I'm letting it sit there for her to gather orders.
Oh yeah, and you said you had an incentive, part of your 3 reminder days, you have like an incentive for people to like collect orders from work and things like that, right?
Yeah, I have 3 ways that a host can get a prize. One is to get 3 outside orders of people that are not in the Facebook party. The other is to get 3 bookings, and the other is to have a guest join their team. So they get a prize for any and all of those. This last party was the unicorn of parties. 7 bookings and a new team member and 1,450 in sales, and she had 3 outside orders. It was just like,
Brooke was like bitching that she has too much free gifts to give away. I'm like, what? Tell me more about this. And then, yeah, it's incredible.
well, that was only because she asked to close in August, and
Right.
I really wanted my 7,000 in July.
Yes.
So I offered her August host rewards.
This is just such a system. I love the way you've done this.
I'm a system person.
Yeah, it's such a system. I think the biggest thing is to do more than one virtual party at once and starting them at the same time. Do you have a host coaching group or do you just direct message them?
I direct message.
So did you try the host coaching group?
Yes, I didn't like it. I felt like people ignored it.
Okay. So so do you kind of have like in a Word document a script of day 1 I send them this, day 2 I send them this? Ah, that's so smart. More questions?
Do you do the themes at all, Brooke, or you just stick to your same?
I have the same party for 6 months.
Okay.
Like I'll be making a new one coming up for the new catalog, but
She kind of does do a theme, like say, so you do how many posts? 5 times a day? I can't remember. Let me look. You do, yeah.
three at a time, about 5 times a day.
And I've followed one of her parties before, and she'll do 3 at a time, but it'll be like rock, 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 rock. So it'll be like a rock, rock family, rock, rock specific, and then a rock, rock recipe. That's one.
Yes.
Then
Yes, but I don't do like, Shannon, are you asking if I do like salad in a jar
Or like
party?
what were the themes, like fresh and fast weeknight?
Yeah,
meal?
I don't do any of that.
Well, I found out that West generally has movies on.
so as soon as somebody places an order, do you friend them right away?
No.
No? Okay.
I do friend them for Deal or No Deal. That's the time when I friend people. I friend them, wave at them, and then message them because I find that a lot of times people don't see their cases. And then I friend them if they book a party, but I don't friend everybody that orders.
And everybody who orders, do you have like a script that you ask them to host a show for everybody that orders? Or
Nope.
just, okay. So interesting, because that's how I get the majority of my bookings is I friend anybody who orders, and then I direct message them. I start talking to them about their order, kind of create a relationship, and then ask them. And I have like a script. I'm trying to get Susan some booking credits. Would you be interested in hosting one?
Sometimes I will go back and ask on like day 14 if the host is sitting at 2 parties and needs a third one for a gift. But most of the time I tell the host to ask people.
Wow.
And do you like if Sally orders from Jenny's party, do you like post thanks Sally for your order on the party?
Yeah, so this is something I do that is really different from anybody else I've seen do parties. I post a thank you with pictures of everything that the person ordered.
Oh.
Mm.
I once had negative feedback about it, but I really think that it creates a group psychology. I've also sold a lot of things that I don't post about in my parties that someone bought, and then people see it and they're like, oh, this looks cool. I'll add one of those to my order.
Interesting.
And so how do you show it? Like, do you by chance have a post that you can show of an order? Like, do you collage it? Do you?
No, I put 5 pictures. 5 is the max because then it just like hides them all on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'll do the top 5. I literally go into their order and copy the picture from Pampered Chef website
Okay.
and put the top 5 most expensive items that they ordered on Facebook and say, thanks for your order. You'll love whatever was the most expensive because it will help you get more veggies into your meals or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, that is actually. I could see how it could promote the psychology of, oh, well, I gotta buy and then I gotta one up Sally at Sally's order, so I've gotta.
Well, not only that, but if they buy, let's say, I don't know, goofy things that I don't put much that's under $20 in the party. So I remember one time a bunch of people wanted the dual-sided cleaning brush because one person bought it. And then 6 people were like, can you add that to my order? I know that's not an expensive item, but
Brooke has a great photo of this like person calling being like, yes, you can add to your order so that people, because a lot of people feel like once they place their order, it's finalized. So I feel like Brooke is good about reminding people like you can always add throughout the party.
yes, I actually have that in quite a few posts.
Nice.
And I get a lot of add-ons.
Okay, that more posts.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
More questions. We have 2 minutes left.
Are you gonna continue with the 2 weeks, Brooke? Or are you gonna change it up in the fall? Like, I feel like I'm stuck on it being shorter. I've been running my parties for a week, but
I like the time frame.
yeah.
I know Pampered Chef did the survey and said that people don't like it more than 3 to 5 days. And I considered it at that point, but I have my survey and I have people telling me if it's too long or too short or too many posts. And there just aren't enough people that don't like it.
Yeah. And you get to showcase, like, it's not, I feel like when it's longer, you get to showcase a lot more Pampered Chef, much the same as like a live cooking show, right? As the 3 to 5 days, I find you don't get to show as much, or you're very limited in what you can show.
Or you're just showing product. So what I think people really like about my parties is that it's not just product. Like there are lots of conversation starter posts, like post a random fact about yourself kind of thing. There are posts about me and my kids, and I'll throw in random things that I make for dinner. There is between 3 and 5 every day, I will shove a random post in most of the time. If I don't have time, I don't do it. It's not a big deal. But if I made something in the rock crock for dinner, I'll take a picture or a video and throw it in. Or I'll post something, like I've got a few videos on YouTube just so I've got them.
That's a good idea.
Just to show them me in real life. But I feel like that's kind of what you miss. Like you miss a lot of
Personality.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have less than a minute left. Any last questions?
Do you do any recruiting posts?
I do one every day. So on one day I've got a picture of the ultimate kit. On one day I've got a picture of Jamaica. On one day I have the ask me about anything about my business game. On one day I've got a picture of all the fall season products from last fall that came to me free because I'm a director.
Smart.
Awesome. Thank you.